Good evening, everybody. It is Wednesday, hump day. We're halfway through the week. Hope everybody's had a productive Wednesday and are now ready to sit back, chill, hang out, have some conversation. Was planning to do the PTU this evening, but kept on falling through hangers. I wanted to check out the the Terrapin, the new medical variant, but doesn't look like it's in the cards this evening. So I'm gonna default back to my usual runs. Kind of pick up where I left off last time. So we're already at the ambitious stream station, so there's no quantuming out here to save us some time. And depending on how time kind of flows tonight, I think I saw that I can pull up some of the, like the Polaris and the medical Terrapin or the Myrtle in Arena Commander. So I might check that out after we get done salvaging. Get some of my audio levels here fixed while we get the elevator coming up. And we want to go to our medium hangar. And we will grab a Vulture. And we shall head out.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Vulture. There we go. Let's retrieve that.
Select your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Yeah. Let me out. Turn down the elevator a little bit. Want to blast your guys' ears out? I am thinking of possibly picking up. We'll go the rear entrance this evening. I don't think there should be any SCU in the. Should all have been emptied out last time, but just to make sure. Let's see. We have food. We have Zawata. We got our med pins and all that good stuff, and we do have our extra tractor. So we are good to go. Let's close. Okay. Yep, we are empty. Let's head up and make some moolah. So as I was saying, I am looking at maybe picking up Stalker 2 next week. Never played the first one, but I think that might be something kind of fun to play. Let's pull up and make sure we're completely refueled here. No service, no service, no service. We are good. Let me switch over to my joysticks. Let's call ATC, throw our engines on. A little bit back heavy there. We'll throw up our landing gear, keep our VTOL on for a little bit. Turn our VTOLs off there, watch events close up, and we are off and about. $18,000 for signature. This is gonna be a wonderful night. Have noticed that it hasn't been too bad for trying to find panels lately. Though there we go. I thought that was a bug. So we had 17. There's our 18 right there. And was it a 16 right next to it? Nope. Whoops. I think I just deployed a chaff accidentally. Well, I should be going faster than this. Slow down here. Sometimes to burn off a little bit of speed, I'll throw the VTOLs on. So it looks like if we start at the bottom here, we can just daisy chain our way up. So let's aim for the bottom one. Are lights working? They are still working. So I'm assuming this one right here, let's switch back into scanning, is going to be one of the larger panels, because those are still bugged where they're not spawning until you're literally like right on top of them. So let's kind of ease in. 88%. Get the small guy there. There she is. There's the big guy. And let's change my camera here. Give us a little more of a perspective when we're squeezing around panels. It almost looks like it's already been scraped. And yes, it has. So we got this guy, and then that guy up there has been scraped. Pretty sure all this has been hit already. But we'll venture. Take a little bit of a gander. What flew in over there? Another big guy. I'm pretty sure that one's empty as well. Looks like it. Yep, that scraped bear. I'm assuming this one. Yep, that's bear as well. Okay, let's find the next signature because I'm pretty sure somebody's hit everything up here then. So 28. Your speed limiter up. For some reason, it's not actually showing. Usually, you'll get the cluster. Oh, I'll drop down to 24. 18, 18, 24, 28. There we go. See if we have better luck finding panels here that haven't been scraped already. Never played a stalker game. Obviously I watched a little bit on YouTube, but looks interesting. Has some very Tarkov vibes to it, I guess. Take our speed limiter down there so we don't run anything. At least they're clustered around pretty close together. But I find that after you've been after you find a couple and you start salvaging, start moving around, you lose sight of all the other panels. Sometimes I cheat and actually take a picture with my phone to try to remember where they're all at. So when we get down to about 1 kilometer, they should start. Yep, there they come. Focus on the bottom here. I'm gonna switch back over to scanning so I can look at the signal percentage. Let me know how close I'm actually getting. See if there's a big panel inside of here. Oh, there's one right above us. That looks like it's full. Oops, let's take our speed limiter down. Wow, there's a lot of haze around the text on here tonight on the UI. So if you're running in at Vulture, you're definitely gonna want to have dual braids to scrape, just because of efficiency and speed. So typical run is we'll fill up our depot. We'll go down, we'll eject out all the SU crates and stack them in the back. Then we'll come back up, fill her up again, and then go down and finish stacking what we can in the back, and then fill up one more time and top her off, and then head to sell. Make some moolah. Kind of excited to check out, if there's time tonight, the medical terrapin, or as everybody affectionately calls it, the myrtle. Kind of check it out, see what it's all about, see if I like it, and see if it would actually replace my Cuddy Red. Because only drawback that frustrates me with the Cuddy Red, and I do own the Cuddy Black, is that horizontal spar, literally right where your eye line is. And it's not present in the black, but it is present in the red. Which, that part drives me nuts, as far as, like, visibility. Definitely looking forward to tomorrow, because tomorrow is my work from home day. So a nice short commute, a little bit more of a relaxing day, and my puppies are always happy for that. They like Dad's work from home day. Basically, pressure washing panels in space. Usually, if you can find a pretty good cluster, like 18,000 to 28, that's usually enough between those two hotspots to fill everything up and top yourself off before you head back. And then for my salvaging runs, I usually just go to the Ambitious Dream Station. Jump right out of there after I reset my respawn point. Usually when I travel, I'll grab one of my other ships, because sometimes I do have the bug where I'll bring the Vulture in, I'll land, and then I have to refuel my quantum, and sometimes it's bugged out, which really sucks, because then basically you've pretty much lost all your cargo at that point, because you can't get back anywhere. I'm looking forward to a little bit for, I think we're only a few weeks away from Black Friday. I've been looking at getting back in to do some 3D printing. And previously I did, give me 1 second here. Oh, I had to sneeze. Previously, an Elegoo, what was it? Mars 2 Pro 4K, something like that. And I used the water washable resin. I loved it. I never had one failed print. It worked like a champ. But I just enjoy all the toxicity of the resin and all the precautions you have to take. So I'm looking at, I know it's a trade-off with FDM. You really don't get high definition. And there is some filling and sanding involved. But yeah, I'm kind of in the process of doing some research and seeing what's out there. I think Bamboo Labs has a pretty popular product for all the different levels. And I'm looking more for intermediate. It's a nice thing about these larger panels. They pretty much can get you about halfway full, just off of one. Okay, there's one down. That looks like it's already been scraped there. So we'll head to our next guy. We'll inch up ever so slowly. Make sure there's not a big one lurking somewhere around here. That would definitely ruin our day. Nothing worse than... Oh, that panel is scraped too. Okay. So let's switch back over to scanning mode. I think it's hard because you switch to scanning because you want to find more panels, but even with the cone set to 50, and I haven't been able to figure out how to drop it down to like 25 or just separate increments. Usually it goes 50, 75, 100, I believe. So 50, 75, 88, 94. I wish you could drop it down just to focus that cone angle a little bit more. So... because once you get in it, it does get hard because it'll start picking up all the other panels and stuff as well. So those other three were scraped. Maybe I'll just head to the 14 here. There's another 12. There's a 14. I find that sometimes if everything is getting hit pretty hard, the further, obviously, you get away from the space station, the more luck you have. Slow down. Throw our VTOL on just to burn off some of that speed. Space brake. Why am I still... Notice that sometimes it actually gets pretty greasy. That should have slowed me down a long time ago. We have an 8, 17, 19, 6,000. What else do we have? We keep on pushing away. 18, 17, 17, 18, 19. How about this guy over there? Get you guys a little motion sickness there. We'll just kind of push further into the field. I have noticed the further you get away from the station, I don't know if there's less of a gravity pull. But I notice, like, out in this, you know, we're relatively far away. You definitely carry a lot more inertia with you. We burned everything off there. Yeah, I don't know if it's server, but definitely a lot greasier flying. So we had a small one up there. I'm assuming this big one that disappeared right away is probably one of the larger guys. Nope, it's a small guy. Okay, we will start on this one. Looks like we have one off to our right. Yeah, definitely for some reason. I don't know if it's a bug right now, but extremely greasy for flying. Fine after not necessarily a stressful day, maybe a busy day and stuff. Coming in and just doing salvaging, scraping the panels is very therapeutic for me. A little excited. So right now I currently use probably a 8-year-old pair of Cloud Alphas. Love them. I love the brand. I do have like the wireless rechargeable ones, but they're not Bluetooth. They have the dongle. So I can't plug them into my Roadcaster for monitoring audio on stream and all that good stuff. So I did some research and I ended up picking up a pair of the Rode NHT 100s, the non-mic variant. So that's supposed to be here tomorrow. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking those out. It's hard to buy a set of headphones that aren't just basic headphones, right? So you're paying for all those extra features, the noise cancellation, all that extra stuff. And I just wanted just a nice, clean pair of headphones. So I ended up going with those guys. I had looked at like the Momentum series and stuff because I was still looking for being able to use a audio cable with it. But after doing all my research and stuff, I ended up just going with the Rhodes. I thought those would suit my case better. I figure if I want to go with some expensive Bluetooth stuff like that, I have my AirPods Pros, which are fantastic. But I'd probably honestly go with like the AirPod Max or something like that. I did try those out a little bit. Thought the sound quality was great. Price, not so much. I think you have to take like a kidney and maybe sign out your firstborn to get those, but so let's see. That guy was down here, if we can find him. I want to go back behind the space station. There's a little guy there. Oops. It's always nicer to find a good series that are all stuck together in a chunk, that aren't so spread out. That gets a little frustrating when you're trying to min-max for panels. With some of these, like the larger ones, you're not even seeing like the typical spread right there. It's a 17. There was a 10, but it wasn't spawning in right away. I know those definitely aren't 10s down there. There we go. Slope, that's speed indicator. Okay, so remember we got one up, one down, then basically should be right to the left. I do hope they eventually change it where obviously the larger panels spawn in before everything else, but it would be nice to definitely have some kind of a radar system where once you get into a place to salvage panels, you can mark them. Because once you get into a cluster of like 28,000 and you got different clusters here and there. After you hit maybe the first one, it can be a pain in the arse to try to find the other ones. So thus far, aside from the greasiness for flight and inertia, it's been relatively nice and stable thus far. Oh, let me switch over to something real quick. Shut the beams off. There we go. OBS was acting up a little bit. Everything like disappeared there for a second. Anybody perusing in the background on stream ever played any of the Stalker games? Be curious to see what you ladies or gentlemen thought of them, thought of the games. I saw that Stalker 1 had a pretty big mod community to it. And obviously looking at YouTube videos of Stalker 1 graphics, I mean, it was quite a while ago. What was it, was it 2009, 2013? Which seems just like yesterday, right? Comparing the graphics that they had then to the Unreal Engine now is it's always a shocker. You know, and as computers get faster and faster internet becomes available to the masses a little bit more often, I'm curious to see where games will be at in 10 years. Graphics wise, I think we're still probably a fair amount away, probably 20 years or so before we actually get like a Ready Player One type game or verse. Ooh, there's a big guy right there. We will take that. That'll fill us up and then some. Take your speed limiter. Yeah, graph controls are really, really greasy. Like oversensitive. Some people like the salvage and gimbal mode, and then use the tractor beam module to turn panels and stuff like that. For me, I like being able to just put my speed limiter down low and just kind of cruise around them. Almost like a little bit of a dance. Get my beam spacing a little bit better. There we go. And we are almost full. Let's back away a little bit. There we go. So yeah, like over what I mentioned last stream, over the weekend I finally finished Cyberpunk, the Phantom Liberty expansion. Having a lot of fun playing that game. I ended up going with the Nexus mods. I never really modded out a game before. Nexus mods obviously made that very simple. And holy crap, the mods add so much to the game. Especially just the visuals. was a little bummed when I finished it, but I mean, I still have quite a bit of, I do have quite a bit of side tasks to do. We're almost full. We're full. I usually shut off my engines because I have in the past hit a few keys accidentally when I was getting out of my chair and thrown myself right into an asteroid, and that is never good. And we'll jump right before we get off. There we go. Okay, multi-tool. Oops, let's stack. I wish they'd change it so it would actually turn green down here instead of a more saturated color. Same thing with up here. Or even like that yellowish green tint. Sometimes I have a hard time recognizing if I had pushed it. There's one crate. Ba-doo-doo-doo. And starting with the last stream, if anybody wants to watch these after I'm live, I've been uploading them the next day, and I'll go through and I'll cut out quite a bit of... I'll trim them out so they're nice and clean, and then I'll actually put in chapters too. So if there's certain aspects you guys want to see or whatever, then you don't have to search through the whole entire video to find it. Find just walking them back ever so slightly works better than trying to use the middle mouse button and rolling them down. Sometimes they'll twist down, yeah. I mean, which isn't bad. You can just hold down R and do it, but it's just less of a hassle. Can't believe we're almost to Thanksgiving. I've been on the hunt to find the ugliest, most inappropriate Thanksgiving t-shirt to wear for Thanksgiving dinner. Few contenders at the moment. Maybe I can get away with it or say, you know, I'm 48, a little senile and crazy. That's why I can wear the shirt. At least maybe that's all I'll justify it. Plus, it's always fun to see other people's reactions. Definitely need to have a good sense of humor. If you take life too seriously, it can wear on you. Okay, everything's emptied. Helps if we go forward here. Let's head back up, finish scraping, and then we'll get full. We'll unload the rest of the boxes. We'll scrape one last time just to fill her all the way up. We'll head back to Area 18 to cash in and make some dinero. If I can give me my salvage heads. There we go. Throw the engines back on. There we go. Ooh, so blue. Okay, see if it goes away. There we go. Yeah, the dual braids are definitely worth it for scraping. I haven't done too much research, but I did hear there is a new salvage ship coming out that's supposed to be sized between the Vulture and the Reclaimer. Be curious to check that out once it's released. But I think there's just a name for it now. I don't know if there's pictures yet. I'm not sure if that's going to be coming to IAE or not. That might be one of the ones that's still gray box and in the works. Hey, Cersei Grave. Good evening to you as well. I am having a good night. Had a relatively good week thus far. No complaints. It is hump day, and tomorrow's my work from home day. It's nice to see you back. Thanks for stopping by. How was your Wednesday? Anything fun, productive happen today for you? There we go, just a little bit left there. Okay, so now I gotta find that other... There she is, right there. Start right in on there in the crease. Why are my lasers not? Yeah, so much for the pointer there, right? It's a little off. And my beam spacing isn't working either. Let's switch to the cinch and then back. Nope, we're still... But you know what? As long as they still scrape, we're good. Ideally, you want to focus them to a point, but they were a little cross-eyed this evening. Saw on the P2 they had kind of perused through the notes briefly. It looks like they have quite a few ships that they released to check out. I did notice when I had jumped in, got down to the hangar, that I did have a couple of the ships. Was it the Star Lancer? And oh, I'm gonna draw a blank here. The new capital ship was actually available for my hangar, but the other ones weren't. And I'm not sure if those are tied, just weren't in yet as advertised, or if you have to be at a certain station to access those ships. Going well, just sitting here at work running the boring mill machine, fracking pump manifolds, easy parts. Well, I appreciate you just taking your time to stop in and hang out. I know when I'm working, I definitely throw on like Space Tomato. He's one of my favorite content streamers. I usually put him in the background and stuff to make the work day go by a little faster. So I definitely appreciate your time stopping in. I think him and I should do an olive eating contest one of these days, because we all know how much he loves olives. Okay, so we had a 17, 14,000. I want to say we already did a 14, and those are already scraped. There's 12 over there. So anybody that's new to salvaging, you can hit V on your keyboard, bring up your scanner, and use your middle mouse button so you get your piercing or your cone angle. Bring that up to 50%. And you're looking for multiples of 2,000 for panels. If you find ones that are an odd number, say 1720, those are going to be rocks. He does. And hats off to him. I don't have the time to do all that. He does a really good job. But also, that is his job. So, he's really good at it. It feels like I'm flying literally on ice. Just a little bit of throttle and going like 1,000 miles an hour. Looked close, but I wasn't that close to it. Let's just go back into flight. Still don't understand in scanning mode why you can't adjust your throttle limiter. So, you have any fun plans for your Thursday or weekend coming up? And we'll just kind of ease in. So there's two there. Like I said, those larger panels don't spawn in until you're literally right on top of them. That one looks like it's been scraped. Actually, they both look like they've been scraped, but I have noticed too that they look like they've been scraped, or they look like they're full, and then you get right up to them, and the textures change. Yep, so there's a big guy there. No, everything looks like it still should be full here. Just make sure we don't have another one of those big guys pop in and ruin our time here. Okay. Throw our speed limiter down. Yeah. So one of the bugs I've encountered tonight thus far is the beams. Your beam spacing doesn't work at all. And you can see that it's the reticle is off center with little circle doohickey. That's my technical term for it this evening. And the flight models seem very, very greasy, almost like you're flying on ice. Nothing particular planned yet. I don't have a huge bunch of plans. I thought about checking out maybe tomorrow doing a little more cyberpunk gaming, but I'm kind of interested in checking out the new game coming out, Stalker 2. I believe is the 20th, I think is the release date. So I'm thinking of checking that out. But I still have some games, like I did buy Star Wars Outlaws and I played maybe a quarter of it. I still gotta get back into that. I thought it was a good game. The only thing I didn't care for is I don't really care about the sneak mechanic. And that's just because I've never been really great at that. So like games like Splinter Cell and stuff, I'd get through them eventually, but it was always a little bit of a pain for me, just because I'm not used to that. I'm more of like a Division player, where it's just run, jump, eye candy, take cover, shoot, switch over to your, hit the next guy. And I always kind of enjoy that. I don't like, but on the flip side, I also don't like, and I know that's single player, but I don't like, like the games like Fortnite and Call of Duty and stuff. I mean, the story missions are great, but for the price you pay for the game and the amount of story you get for it and the replayability, because I really don't care about going in and getting destroyed by like people that are 10 or 12 years old that are a heck of a lot better, have better reflexes than I do. So I'm kind of weighing if I want to dive into the game or if I just want to kind of hold off a little bit, maybe. Because I'm sure, I'm like everybody, I have probably 50, 60 games in my Steam library. I think I've maybe played a third of them. But I think wintertime, obviously, maybe play a little bit more. Summertime, try to get out and touch grass a little more often. But I find sometimes you just have to be in the mood for the game. Just kind of, when you want to watch a movie. Sometimes you just get in the mood for like a good sci-fi flick or craving the slapstick comedy. But usually when I hit Netflix and stuff, say like a 2-hour period, right? I'll spend maybe 45 minutes to an hour just browsing through to try to find something to watch. And I may find something that looks interesting, start watching it for like 10 or 15 minutes and just can't get into it. And then jump out of it and then resume the search. There's so many selections. Have I tried out Generation Zero? A couple friends of mine and yourself play that one. Co-op first person. I'm trying to think. It sounds familiar. Is that the one that's kind of like sci-fi Fallout-esque, where you have the backpack and you can have like the different, I don't want to say essences or whatever on them? That might not be the game. I would be getting confused with something else. That one was free to play, I believe. Or is Generation Zero, is that more of a... my group of friends were playing one game. It might have been Generation Zero, but it has a lot of survival mechanics in it. I want to say where you have to keep on top of eating food and water and stuff. And I've kind of gotten past those games a little bit. I don't like having to grind for food and water just to stay alive. I think that's why. I mean, I liked Valheim for the building aspects of it. I thought it was a really great game. And then Enshrouded came out, and I thought Enshrouded was the perfect balance because basically you didn't have to eat or drink. That was just for getting your character buffs, which I really appreciated. So you could focus more on, resource gathering and building and stuff like that. Story takes place in Sweden in the 1980s. I will have to pull that up on my break and take a look. I want to say I do have it in my Steam library. It does sound familiar. What's the other one we tried playing? It was advertised as like a Tarkov. I don't want to say it's not an equivalent, but it was in Vietnam where you had to you had your main base, you can go and do missions and come back and all that good stuff. And sorry, my mind is not working 100% tonight, so I can't remember the name of that one as well. Probably just help if I pull up my Steam library. I'm going to blame it on my age. A bunch of different robots have overrun the countryside and you're the resistance. Some crafting and finding weapons and equipment, but you don't have to worry about food and water at all. Does have base building and defense. Okay. I'm kind of thinking I do know what you're talking about with the robots. I think I picked up the game, but my crew wasn't very interested in it. So I played for a little bit, I think, and that was about it. Stalker looked interesting. Had a little bit of Tarkov vibes to it. A little bit of Fallout 76 with like the dystopian world. But I mean, Stalker looked a lot better than 76. That, and I don't mind supporting the Ukraine developers. We're almost full again. You know what I can do? Let's shut the engines off. And I'm going to jump out of my seat. In the game. Not in real life. Let's stack the rest of a bit of cargo. Sounds cool. You like 76? Yeah, 76 was great after it got released. But that, being Bethesda and stuff, there was issues at launch. I can't tell you how many times I had to do the post office quest. And to this day, I do not like going into post offices. Or no, was it post office or was it it was the DMV. It was the DMV one that was bugged out all the time. And I didn't like the fact that quests, if you're doing a quest with another person, you guys both had the same quest, it didn't always tick off together. But ever taken the time to go back to 76 within like the last, 6 months or so, the game's fantastic. It's not as buggy. Game looks great. Try stack this as close as we can to the left. There we go. Let that snap into place there. I want to say I played Fallout, was it New Vegas back in the day? Oh, come on, you want to snap there? No, you do. There we go. And, okay, we're blocking. But I think I didn't play that game too much. I think I got back into playing The Division. I'm a Division whore, so absolutely love that game. I think The Division for multiplayer with friends is literally the best game ever made. Both of the, 1 and 2. And now that they're done with, oh, nope, I don't want to go up. Nope. Wait. And now that they're done with Star Wars Outlaws, I think they said they're going to be shifting back over to D3 development, which I absolutely cannot wait for. I remember quite a few times I'd go into The Division and 1 and just walk down the streets of New York during the snowstorms, and I found that really, really relaxing. Okay, let's see where we're at for grabbing the last little bit of panels. A little bit of whiplash there. Getting back in the chair. So we are less than a third. Okay, so we had those 2 panels. The big guys. Was there... Ooh, gotta watch out for those. And I had all my cameras saved, which I think we already... Nope. Yeah, we still have this one here. I had all my camera hotkeys saved for the Vulture, but fortunately I didn't save them. Your buddies and you play Division 2 and 76, Gen 0 and Borderlands have been our usual go-tos when we set a game day. Very nice. I played Borderlands for the first time earlier this year. I did enjoy it. Yeah, Division 2 is fantastic. Except my character that's like fully maxed out was on my PlayStation, so I have to jump back in on Steam to basically regrind. I know I can skip to, was it level 50, tier 1 or tier 5 or whatever, and just work my way up from there, so I can skip some of the story missions. I wish there was a way to pull my character over, but I know that's not the case. I know like D1, because I played on Xbox, my character is still there, but being though I played with the PlayStation. Basically, I have to start over on D2. But I think the Division is like I said before, it's kind of like the perfect balance. It's easy to get in with your friends, get missions done. There's no load times and stuff. The only thing you're looking for might take a little time is if you're grinding for a certain specific set of gear, or if you're running with somebody that I'm not going to name names, one of my friends, that we tell to just ditch the gear and keep the highest score. Sometimes you have to wait a little bit on people going through their gear. I'm seeing if my one friend's lurking in there. That was a little bit of a poke at him if he's watching. Wolfie. But I think for finishing out the year, there really isn't a standout game. I was really looking forward to Arc Raiders, and I saw they did some live gameplay on it, some gameplay tests, and they changed it from PvE to PvP, or PvE VP, I guess is what they call it. And as soon as I heard the PvP stuff, I was like, nope, not interested. Because they had advertised it previously as the PvE stuff, but things change, right? Okay, scanning. Excuse me. Let's get our speed limiter up. Okay, we got a 17, another 1750, 1719. Can we get a multiple of a 2000? Come on. There's an 18. Actually, let's head back away from the station. Because odds are, usually the panels close to the station get scraped first. We'll take the 16,000. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get to our first set of panels up here, and then I am going to take a short potties break for my dogs, also known as break time potties for the doggies. I can hear my kids with fur talking in the background a little bit, so... So D2, so I've only done one raid. That was the first raid that actually came out. And I only got up to the point with the group I was running, with the two dog robots. I forget what their names were. But I know they added one or two more raids aside from that. Definitely like doing, so I'd like to actually finish one of the raids. But when I did it, the raids had first come out, and if you're basically matchmaking with a bunch of randoms, and it was always dependent on how, I don't want to say proficient, or what would be another word? There's another word I'm looking for, but I guess we'll just go with proficient. They are always determined as far as how far you would actually get for communication-wise and stuff. Because as you know, when you run with like a group of your close friends, and buddies and stuff, you basically know after a period of time where everybody's usually at, where everybody hangs out. If somebody's taking up the rear and stuff, you're going to cover the side, the front, and maybe look back if they get overrun. So, that definitely helps when you played for a while with a group. And the group I was with, we did, I think it was about, we got to the two robot dogs. Lucy, I think it was, I'm not sure what the other ones was named. And we got so close for so long to beat them both. And it turned out it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I had to be to work at like 6. So I had to be somewhat responsible and jump out. And as soon as I jumped out, within like the next 20 minutes, they actually passed that level. And I never went back after that. I think that was for the Eagle Bearer. Would really help if I could actually do my beam spacing right now, but it's currently bugged. So salvaging these might take a little bit longer than usual. Oh, the beam spacing, not being able to cross those properly to focus them is driving me a little nuts at the moment. It would definitely make scraping panels go a bit faster. Okay, we're going to head over to here, and then I'm going to send you guys to the break time potties. Be right back screen. I'm going to go put my dogs out. For those of you that are new, my breaks are 10 minutes or less. My baby girl's Katie. You'll see her picture coming up here. She tore her ACL about a month ago, and we're waiting to get a surgical consult December 3rd. So usually break times are right around 10 minutes because I do have to carry her up and down the stairs depending on how sore she is. So, but I will send you guys to the Be Right Back screen. I appreciate everybody's time stopping in to watch and just hanging out. Feel free to chat, ask questions. If not, just hope you guys have a nice chill evening. But I will be back in less than 10 minutes.
The summer's calling. The summer's calling. If the kingdom is overthrown, meet me at the cornerstone. I know that I can't be without you. This bond is solid gold. We're a diamond and an emerald. It took me forever to find you. 'Cause when it's all over, the love that you give will be there to guide you in every way. Now we've been through the cold and darkest days. The summer's calling. As we wait for the smoke to clear and we watch our dreams appear, I know that we can rise together. This vision that we share is ours. Together we can touch the stars. I know that we will see December. 'Cause when it's all over, the love that you give will be there to guide you in every way. Now we've been through the cold and darkest days. The summer's calling.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us.
And I am back. Hope you guys enjoyed the fun little animation I put together for the dog's break time. Let's grab the controllers back. Throw engines back on. There we go. We're back at her. Starship Troopers and Extermination Is that more of a a game where they just kind of come in waves and you just got to beat wave after wave? When you guys run D2, do you guys have a full squad of 4? Oh, we're a little over halfway full. Wondering if I I've seen a few skins for the other cutlasses that give the cockpit canopy more of a bubble kind of look to it. And I'm wondering, so right now my Cutlass Black has kind of like the white and dark gray camel kind of skin to it. And I believe I can use that on the Cuddy Red. So I'm curious if I throw that skin on, if it would take out that beam that's basically right in the eye line. Okay, I think the only other things are just like little small little straggler panels. So let's get our speed limiter up, switch over to scanning mode. Okay, let's see if we can find the last little bit to fill us up. About 16 players against AI bugs. Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun. Some missions in base building and fighting off waves of bugs like the movie. Okay. Nice. Oh, actually, I'll make a note of that here and to take a look at it. There's a nice little cluster. Also found out, like, a lot of the games that have come out that I enjoy are always in, like, early access. So it takes a little while for them to get out of, like, the beta and all that stuff. Because kind of like, you know, when Enshrouded first came out, played the crap out of that, and then you get to the point where there wasn't really anything other to do other than, like, you know, base building and stuff, content-wise. And then they just dropped the winter biome, I believe it is. Holy, I'm turning my lights off because I can't even see that. There we go. When we get together, play Divisions 2, or it's 3 of us that play. Nice. Such a good game. I'm curious where okay, that doesn't look empty. Let's switch out. Sometimes I notice if you go back and forth and then, oh, apparently that's not loading in correctly because there just doesn't look like it's scraped. Let's try this guy over here. Nope. Turn our speed limit up. We'll head over to another place. 6,000 isn't too big, too massive, but it should be enough to fill us up. I remember we would start playing D2, and then, I mean, we got, you know, tier 4, tier 5 or whatever, and then we'd bring friends in and introduce them to the game, and, you know, we'd join their world, and you know how overpowered you were, so we'd basically just have fun just running around with pistols. Should be a big panel in here. Ease nice and slowly. Where is that big panel at? Kind of meander nice and easily. I know there's a big panel here somewhere. Okay, we'll just move on. Whoa. That's close. See what else we can find. Seems like some of the panels are bugged a little bit this evening. 18, 68, 17, 8,000. We'll head to the 8. Yeah, the speed definitely isn't bleeding off as fast as it used to. I should start spawning in here. There they are. Oh, there's a big one. That should be enough to fill us up. Okay, we should be able to fill up on this one. And let there be light. So a few streams ago, I was having issues where I'd scrape, but you'd only see like the top dark layer remove off the panels. You wouldn't see it actually go all the way down to the bare metal frame. And one of the gents in chat says running Vulcan mentioned to switch over to DirectX. So I made that switch, and now everything scrapes just fine visually. So it's just a bug with the Vulcan currently. You thought I noticed last night there was a bit of a drift? Yeah. Yeah, I've been having to put my my VTOLs on, and then maybe I think a couple times I've actually dropped my landing gear. Because even hitting X for the speed brake and stuff doesn't seem to help. But aside from all my little gripes regarding the panels and not being able to do adjust my beam spacing and stuff, it's actually been running pretty stable. So did you play Cyberpunk at all? Did you mod it out? I ended up finishing off Phantom Liberty, and I had a lot of the, Skippy was like one of my favorite guns, but I had some pretty nice modded out guns in the game. And then you pass it, or I passed it, and then I forget who was message and like, for 10,000, I'll grab your weapons and send them back to you. So I did that, and I think I've jumped on 3 separate occasions and passed time for like a week or stuff, and still have not received my weapons back. So I'm assuming I have to refine them again. If that's the case, it's going to be a little frustrating. But I do it in 4K, and I use the Nova LUT. And I think I probably have, oh my goodness, probably like 30 or 40 mods installed in there. Just to really bring the game to life. You've not tried Cyber yet? It is, it's a great game now. And if you take the time and watch some videos for like mods that people recommend and stuff, it gets so much better. I'm sure Steam will have their Black Friday sale coming up here in a few weeks, and I'm sure, like with everybody else, I'll pick up quite a few games that look fun and interesting, and then they'll just kind of sit in the library until I'm in the mood to play them. And we're almost full. Turn the lights off there for a little bit. I'm gaming on a LG OLED TV, so so when I turn the lights on, it is extremely bright on my end and blinding. Okay, Quantum. So let's see. We'll pull up our map, Mobiglass. Go over to our map here. We'll type in ARE, Area 18. Then I always just hit R to route. If it's working. Nope. Let's try it again. It looks like that bug is bugged tonight. There we go. Will you let me out of my Mobiglass? Let's try clicking over a few places, and there we go. Now it lets me close it. While we're traveling, let's see. I'm going to play one of my favorite songs. Savannah.
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Yeah. Birds jumping and I hear my name, grasping into life. Life is happy, but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a roll. Savannah.
You weren't on long last night. Seemed a little laggy. Yeah. It's always good days and bad days. Bad days usually the bugs that you just can't get around in the game. But it's definitely been running a lot better than it was pre-CitizenCon and post-CitizenCon. There was a couple weeks where the servers were just really rough. And it's usually where PU is running bad, you can jump into the PTU. There's, you can flip-flop because usually one's running better than the other, but there's a period of time the last few weeks where you couldn't escape either way you went. It was pretty rough. So we're heading back to Area 18 to offload and sell and make some money. That is definitely one of my favorite songs. I'm coming home, Savannah. I won't sing too much. Probably give you guys a pretty good chuckle there. So some game audio up a little bit more. Not sure if GM stands for Gigamiles or Galactic Miles. It's on my to-do list to look up one of these days. Where is Area 18? I would go to sell at New Babbage because I found that you do make a few extra dollars there. But for me and the PU, and even the PTU, I get the double door hangers. That or ATC does not respond to me, so. Nighttime is always good at Area 18. It's easy to find the spaceport. Sometimes, depending on where it puts you at during the daytime, if you're not familiar with Area 18 and you can't see the tower of lights, it can be really hard to find the spaceport. Let's reset my camera here. There we go. I think the last time we had a full haul was about, I think the going price was 12.5K, 12.7. So call ATC here, see if they respond. There we go.
Warning, you are leaving the safe zone.
Yeah. Just realign this up. Usually I do a vertical landing, but we're going to try good old faithful. Just coming this way.
Landing gear down.
That was somewhat smooth. Let's rotate ourselves over. For loading. I'll throw open the doors. And the hangars being the hangars, they're going to blow our ears out. There we go. Throw engines off and let's just refuel while we're doing this. So we'll go to landing services. Let's do auto. While that's doing that, we're going to jump out. Hold down Y. And since the back is all full, we are going to jump out the side. Not so bad. Let's bring the elevator up. Love using the Atlas to stack cargo. And it doesn't look like it's bugged out last time. Oh, I said it too late. There we go. I found last stream when I was doing it, or last few streams, you'd have to select the box and it wouldn't always bring it towards you like this. So you have to take it, drop it, then pick it up, and then you can, the auto snapping will kick in. There we go. Give me the box, please. Drop it. Pick it up. There we go. Snap it. So when you guys run D2, what kind of missions do you guys do? I think one of the funner ones we did, one of the game modes they had was the 100 floors. That one was a lot. That was a lot of fun. Enjoyed doing that one. Come on. There we go. There we go. Now everything is grabbing and snapping correctly. Oh, said it too late. There we go. I think I saw something today in regards to fixing the economy in Star Citizen. I don't know exactly what that's all about, but curious to check that out. What do I have in my... Wait a second here. Okay, let's grab the rest of these last little crates. Continue ejecting, please. There is nothing in the belt. Huh. Okay, so there is a bug. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. It's like I don't want to have to store my ship to see if I can unbug the cargo. Let's move this off to the side and back a little bit. There we go. And that is not snapping at all. See if we have better luck with this one. Otherwise, it's like we're playing... it's like we're playing shuffleboard. Or curling, if you're from up north like me. Make a little game out of it, right? Okay, I got this guy. See if I can get it right in between the middle of those two this time. It's like a little mini game, right? Should be one or two more crates coming out of here. Nope, don't grab the ship. There we go. Nice. Oh, got that one close to the line. Okay, we're empty there. Let's jump back into this guy. Ta-da! Okay, can you let me move here? Sometimes takes a while to get the suit moving. The beams are working. The suit is not. I want to exit. Or see, sometimes if you hit the Moby glass and a few buttons, you go back. Nope, that didn't work. See if we can stack it by hand then. There we go. Looks like there's one little pattern that's bugged out right there. No snappy for you. And sometimes, even though you have them placed correctly, I've noticed when I get kind of the grid snapping issues, it'll tell me that the elevator is blocked, and then I have to take all the outer ones and move them to the middle. So hopefully that isn't the case tonight. We will see here in a second. Okay, everything is snapped correctly. Hold down R to holster. There's nothing left in there. Whoa. Those are... wait. Aha. I was trying to blend in with the other ones. See if we can send this down. You ran over a new deal and picked up one of those ATLSs. Gonna try it out later tonight after work. Very nice. Yeah, I bought one in the pledge store. I think I'm gonna buy a few more in game. Just because I like to, like, we're running my Cuddy Black. I like running that for cargo missions. And I do like actually having that in the back of the Cuddy. But if I go to other places, I'd like to keep one station on my persistent hangar and stuff like that. That should still drop down on the pad. So let's store the Vulture. Then we will go and see how much money we made this evening. Excuse me. I think I've been averaging about 425 to 460. I want to say. I do have the raft that I would love to use the Atlas with. And I think it's an oversight that there isn't a way to store the Atlas on the actual raft. So I guess my thought is, so when I built my first tiny house, and you guys can check out my YouTube channel, I have videos on that. And I did one final walkthrough after I sold it and stuff to kind of give you guys a better idea, because I went through a lot of different changes as I was originally designed and built the house for my ex-wife and stepdaughter. So basically I took her needs and made sure she had a nice loft and a downstairs area and space, and then I laid the house out around that. And stuff. So when my house was delivered, it comes in on a big trailer, right? They drop the trailer, and then the house is on skids, or the shell is on skids. And they drive the trailer off, and it just comes off the trailer nice and easy. But then they have a machine that's on the trailer that you basically get in. It has forks on it. It lowers itself, and they use that to jack up one end of the trail or the house to put wheels underneath it, and then go to the other end and jack it up, put wheels underneath it, and use that for pushing the house and getting it placed. And I think that the Atlas should have the exact same functionality with like the raft and stuff like that. I think that just makes sense. So we'll sell, and then I'm going to take a short break and put my dogs out for one last time for the night. Excuse me. I do love the cyberpunk look for Area 18. All the neon and the flashy lights. my bucket list sometime is to actually go to Japan for a couple weeks on a tour. I do the YouTube 4 8K videos I have, where my friends call them a slow TV, but it's basically just somebody walking around at nighttime with like the camera. You get to hear the sights and the sounds, and the video's nice and crisp, so you kind of get the gist of what it's like to be there. But it would definitely, yeah, like I said, definitely on my bucket list to visit someday. Hopefully. Okay, that's what we can sell here. Switch to Area 18. So 12.7. 470. We're selling a little bit better than last time. Watched my video a few nights ago of the tiny house. Thank you. Did you watch my original or the one that I built on the trailer? Or TOW, Tiny House on Wheels, THOW for short. Hey, Wolfie. I was just telling everybody how sad I am to have such a casual gamer that doesn't want to do Tarkov with his best friend anymore. I'll get him riled up here a little bit. Hopefully won't have to put baby in the corner. But yeah, I do have another tiny house being built. I'm not building this one, I'm having a company do it. I'm just getting older and stuff, so I don't want to have to deal with the the fuss of it. So I think I'm still looking at spring, early summer at the latest for my house and land to be done. And I looked at the temperatures today where I'm going to be moving. It was 76 degrees. Here it was 40s, which actually isn't too bad this time of year. Okay. Yep, that was probably the tiny house on wheels. I ended up building that. Enjoyed building, but one of the problems I ran into was finding a community to put it in. It was all certified and all that good stuff. It was built correctly, but trying to find an affordable community to put my tiny house that I built was, lack of better words, it was a huge pain in the ass. Pardon the French. Because you'd find some and then they'd be full, because it's the decent ones would be full. A couple of the other ones I checked out seem like nice people, but there's more of cult vibes. I mean, one place I checked out, they're like, whoa, you can only use composting toilets. I'm like, that's fine. I had a Nature's Head, and fantastic. If you want a composting toilet, never smelled, no mess. So then I asked them what they do for their gray water, and the lady on the phone's like, well, you have to use all natural stuff, soaps and stuff. I'm like, okay. I'm like, whatever, I can do that. I'm like, well, do I have a holding tank that I have to pay for? Or does it just go into the septic? She's like, nope. We just have people just run pipes off of their house into the woods or underneath their house. And I was like, Yeah, no. Can you imagine being on the country, having your pipe for your sink, kitchen sink, going underneath your house with all like the food scraps? Because you never get all the food scraps, and all the animals that would would come in for that, skunks and all that stuff. But yeah, that was I was like, yeah, no, thank you. If I was younger, I would definitely build a barn dominium somewhere in a nice warmer climate. And I would be perfectly fine with walking outside into the garage and maybe having another partner to build with and just design and build tiny houses. Maybe do like maybe 3 or 4 a year. That would be a lot of fun. I would really enjoy that. Okay, so I was gonna try, for you just joining us, so I have both the Cuddy Black and the Cuddy Red. And so one of the things I want to try out is, so the Cuddy Black in the cockpit, you don't have that horizontal bar going across. Basically right where your field of view is when you sit in the cockpit. And I'm wondering if I switch the skin over that I use to the Cuddy Red. Hope I didn't save it. If that actually gets rid of that bar. Because I've seen a few of the Cuddys that have like a rounded canopy. Let's see, equip. Let's see if that actually makes a difference. I'm hoping it does. Mr. Too Cool for School. That is one of my good friends. He's a little slow. And I know that's going to drive him nuts because he can't voice his opinion. He can only chat. But Wolfie, do I need to put baby in the corner? So I'm curious if I put the skin on, if it'll get rid of that horizontal bar. That's literally the only complaint I have about the Cuddy Red. I love my Drake ships. But nope, looks like it's still there. Oh, and it's going to do a little bit of a pirouette for us as it comes up in the hangar. Is it safe to get around, or am I going to get hit here? So I've been looking at checking out the Myrtle, the medical turtle, or the medical terrapin. Nope, we want to close the door. There we go. Just because that horizontal bar absolutely drives me nuts. I'm trying to remember if these are tier 2 or tier 3 beds. I think the Myrtle is a tier... Yep, they're tier 2s. And the Cuddy's tier 3. You just can't stand me. Oh, that stupid bar. I don't understand why it's not present in the Cuddy Black, but it is present in the Cuddy Red. And they're basically the same ship, just reskinned and re-outfitted in the back. So I'm gonna stow this, change the skin back over to my Cuddy Black, and take my Cuddy Black back over to the Ambitious. Just pop out the side here. And bada bing, bada boom.
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle retrieval.
Okay, take the Cuddy Red, we will store it. Wolfie, you gonna be up for doing Tarkov this weekend, or are you hunting? I'll try to keep being awesome. You know me, low key, chill. That's the way I roll. Used to be high stress, high tension, oh woe is me, and not so much anymore. Cersei's grave, maybe they'll realize it, move the bar eventually. I do hope so. I did put a post on Spectrum, but I mean, obviously they got more important things that they're trying to get out the door and stuff. But that is one thing that I hope that they do. Okay, so we'll go to the Cuddy Red. We'll take that livery off. Unequip. Save the changes. Grab the Cuddy Black. The liveries. Okay, we are back. I have the same camouflage skin on my raft as well. Oh, let's grab the Cuddy Black.
Select your vehicle has been delivered to the follow phase.
Ship is a beaut. So when I started, originally got into Star Citizen, Woofy, found Bernie, another gentleman in our group. We adopted into our group. He was our Sherpa for Star Citizen. Great guy. Smart. He basically gave us a tour, showed us all the different little aspects of the game. So when I started out with the Cutter, which I absolutely love. I love that ship. And then when I got back into Star Citizen a little more seriously and that was like 2.5 years ago that we played. Played for about a month and then kind of got bored. The game got stale, so we all jumped and switched over to either, I think it was D2 or 76 or Valheim or something like that. And then I jumped back in about 2.5 months ago, built a nice system, got the VKB set up with the Toby and stuff to take the game a little more serious. But for people starting out, starter ships, I recommend the Cutter. I had no issues with it. I loved it. And then as I progressed and got back into the game, I ended up melting the Cutter and upgrading it and got the Cuddy Black. I got the Toby there. And then to finish out the ships, I picked up let's see, our landing gear is still down. ended up picking up the Vulture. And between the Cuddy Black and the Vulture, I think those are like two really good solid staple ships for gameplay. Let's turn Toby off so I don't get you guys too motion sick. Throw the cruise control on. Okay, let's pull up the Moby Glass. We'll head back out to the Ambitious Station. AMB. Route. Route atmosphere. Turn off the cruise control. Let's head over. Probably have to do a few short jumps before we can actually get to where we want to go. So basically, I'm gonna just restage myself over Ambitious for my next stream. Jump out, and then we're gonna jump into the PTU, and I'm gonna do Arena Commander and check out the medical terrapin, also referred to as the Myrtle. You started with Aurora way back in 2016. There was not much to the game then. So you set it aside, didn't come back until 2023. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, we were playing there's basically mining and bunkers and maybe a little bit of planetary exploration and stuff. Obviously, you have like the bounty missions and stuff like that, or the package dropping. But once I saw that they added like the cargo hauling and the salvaging and the hangars and stuff, it does get old just repeating doing salvaging and stuff. I mean, obviously you can do bunkers and refineries, and there's a way to, get weapons, make some extra money, have a little bit of fun with it. But I'm sure, like everybody else, I'm looking forward to 4.0 just to be able to explore some different systems, different planets, and then obviously Q1, but I think it's probably going to be Q2 in next year, just have some form of basic base building. That's what I think a lot of people are really, really looking forward to. I don't really care about Pyro as much. Another system, the base building aspect, the mining, being able to set up your own little, for lack of better words, like Menards, Lowe's, or Home Depot on planet, and sell parts and blueprints and all that stuff. I think that's going to be a really fun game loop. You have the Cutter Rambler. It's a great little runabout. Nice. What's the difference between is the Rambler just more of an explorer compared to the Cutter? Is that just another variation of it, I'm assuming? Excuse me. I don't usually drink flavored sparkling water, but I pulled one out because I didn't want to drink any more coffee. And the carbonation is getting the best of me. I did actually test out sometime last week the tractor beam on the back of the Cuddy Black. If you jump in the pilot seat and stuff, that was pretty cool. I forgot that they had added that in or got it working. It'd be cool to make your own place, yeah. I mean, the capital ships and all those big ships are cool and stuff, but you need a crew to run them, right? So I usually try to stick to anything that's maybe like a 1 or 2, maybe 3 max as far as a ship. I wouldn't mind picking up I'm trying to save up and get the mole in game for mining. Just for something different to do other than salvaging. It's a long distance explorer, nice living space interior, but not much cargo space, only 2 SEU. But has a very large fuel tanks for the range. Yeah, I think that's when I originally started, was looking at, that's why I chose the cutter over the other ships and stuff. Was just because of the size of the quantum drive for fuel. And it was fun. It was fun starting out, having the box missions and stuff like that. Plus, I like the aesthetics. I do like the Drake, more of like the wires exposed, more than industrial, I guess you could say. I'm a big fan of like the A10 and the patchy, kind of the boxiness, the stuff like that. Okay, let's pop up here, get some altitude. See if flying this is going to be any more greasier than the Vulture. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, that inertia definitely. Why is my. Yeah, even the Cutlass is feeling very greasy for flying this evening as well. You've done some cave mining and used the rock. Took it in and did some surface mining with it. Both are pretty fun and relaxing. Yeah, I think, yeah, salvaging and mining is just a nice chill game loop to sit back, relax. Yeah, I agree. They have really nice designs. I think I actually have 2 cutters in my my hangars from doing like the monthly pledge subscription or whatever. Let's line ourselves up nice and neat in here. I think if you get into Star Citizen, you played a lot. I think making the investment in joysticks, I went with the VKBs. That's after all my research and stuff, and I am extremely happy with the purchase. I looked at stuff like the Verpal, right? And they look fantastic until you find out that price. Like the price of like 2 of the VKB sticks is like the price of like a base for the Verpal. I think was the base like $500 for the Verpals. I mean, obviously they look like solid sticks, just a little too rich for my blood. But definitely recommend the VKBs, the dual setup. And then the other piece of equipment I use is the Toby. I don't use it too much while I'm streaming. I have Tourette's, so I have a lot of neck and head motions and stuff like that come and go, and I would just get you guys totally motion sick. So Did not refuel, but that's all right. So let's take this. We'll stow it. Okay, so do have the Scout. We got the Hornet, the Atlas, the Spirit. Oops. Gray Cat. I did have the, I want to get the Ursa Red. And then I did have the Mole. Oh, I gotta store this. Sorry about that. And I had that, and then I also had... Sorry, I can't chew bubblegum apparently and talk at the same time. And I had the Dragonfly. I like the Dragonfly, but gameplay-wise, I think I only used it a couple times. And, lobby. So I end up melting my Dragonfly and then upgrading. Was it the Mole? It wasn't the Mole. It was one ground vehicle. I upgraded that and used other store credit and picked up the Cuddy Red. Okay, set a regen point here. Reset location, confirm. Confirm. Okay. Okay, let's jump over to the PTU here and try Arena Commander out. See if we can pull up the Myrtle. Okay, PTU, let's launch the game. Saw a couple of videos for the new Crusader Intrepid earlier. Looks pretty nice for a smaller, high-end starter ship. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I haven't really perused YouTube too much for Star Citizen stuff today. I did see just before I jumped on stream that the Myrtle was available. So we'll do Arena Commander. I don't usually do Arena Commander too much, so let's see. We want free flight. We want to do this offline. And I have no idea what maps are what in this. I wanted free flight offline. Any recommendations on a free flight map where I can actually land, like at a landing pad and stuff, to check out the ship? I know Broken Moon, I believe, is what I usually do. That's all asteroids. Thinking maybe security post? I'll wait for a few seconds for chat to catch up. Otherwise, I will just pick one of these guys here. Miner's Laminate. Okay, we'll try a security post here. Okay, it was Anvil, I believe. Okay, there's the Terrapin. That's the Pisces. Is it not available? I saw people pulling it up. Yeah, because there's the Terrapin, but where's the medical variant of it? Huh, maybe you actually can't pull it up. I know I saw videos. What's a bummer? Crusader Intrepid. Security something, there's some landing pads. Okay. Yeah, the P2, for some reason, I can't rent. I don't see the Intrepid. And when I go to Anvil, they have the Terrapin, but they don't have the medical variant. But I want to say I jumped in here before in the RSI, and they did the Polaris. Okay. You know, before I jumped on, I did go into the PTU. And I did, so I couldn't find either one of those ships. On like the stage floor. Or the conference floor or whatever. So I did go to the kiosk to rent ships at New Babbage, but I didn't see the Terrapin or the Myrtle and stuff to rent. Is it for those? Are they locked to like specific? You know, do you have to be at Loreville to rent certain ships? Because even like on the showroom floor for the PTU, unless I totally missed something, you have like the little kiosk, right? The little stand that gives you a little bit about the ship, but I didn't see an option to rent. And I went through all the different floors and the showcases, and the medical Terrapin was not there. But I think I went to my hangar, and a few of the ships were available, but they weren't. There's no option for that one. So I don't know if I'm missing something, but we can check it out real quick and see. Because earlier when I ran, I was able to get to the hangars once, and then I 30K'd. And then when I got back in, this elevator door was open, and there was no elevator. And it was stuck like that. So I was like, yeah, we're not going to try the P2 this evening. The video you saw was a guy at the expo display and found one of them and rented the ship somehow. I think it was Intrepid. Okay. It's coming up on 11. Let's see if we can at least rent it for the next day. Let's go to the Expo Center. I'm wondering too if they, so this will be my first IAE. So I wonder at certain times of the day if they just cycle through what's available and what's on display. So now I've seen a few videos with like you walk into the main event and they have the reclaimer there. But every time that I've gone in, which has pretty much been like the same time of night, excuse me, like right now, it's same ships. I haven't seen anything change at all.
The capsule will be leaving the station momentarily. Careful, doors are now closing.
You've been swallowed up by the elevator shafts a few times. Yeah. It hasn't happened too much for me. I think the biggest downfall I had was I couldn't get in or out of Area 18, which was where my persistent hangar was. And the new Babbage, then I tried doing new Babbage and resetting that as my persistent, you know, once the patch dropped and we had to select our home planet. And then I ran into the issues with, sorry, the game audio is kind of loud there. And then I ran the issues with the double doors and double elevator doors. So I was able to call my ship, but I couldn't get out of my hangar. Couldn't get out of the hangar doors because they would open and another set of doors would pop in, preventing me. Hello. So I found that usually if I open up one of the other ones will open up. So I'll see if these people over here to the right get priority. There's a schedule, should be able to find it on the Star Citizen Facebook. Yep. Yeah, I saw that posted and stuff, but I'm wondering for the PTU if they just like cycle through them every 2 hours, maybe. Sure, everybody's gonna pile into here. Holy crap, I usually don't drink sparkling fizzy water because it's so carbonated. Holy crap. It feels like you're drinking like a, oh my god, like a Red Bull back in the day. Okay, so these actually did swap out. Oh my god, I am definitely going to check out the reclaimer. I have never been inside of one before. Holy crap, that thing is massive. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna rent that. That is insane. So the only time I've actually been up to a reclaimer is before the persistent hangars became a thing. I'd like a lot of people, you'd run your salvage, land outside the garage doors on New Babbage, run to the commons, make your sale. And a few times there were reclaimers outside that people had landed. And I'd walk up next to them and I was like, holy crap, they're just huge. Crazy. Okay, so usually there's a little spot here. No, I don't want to rent. I want to... How do I get the elevator down here? So no, usually there's a spot. It definitely looks like the elevator for coming down to pick you up. Okay, while that's going, let's check out the other halls and see if that myrtle is available. That is, I can't get over the size of this. It's absolutely astounding. Okay, let's head down first before we check out this other. And I work from home tomorrow, so I can stream a little bit later. I'll give myself permission, right? What is this guy? Saber Firebird. It's a nice looking chip. What's on the other side over here? Okay. Nautilus. Okay. That is Vulcan. Medium repair, medium refueler. I do like the silhouette of that. I think running refueling would be a fun game loop. Okay, let's run up on... Oh. What do we have here? Aegis Iterus. Frigate. Okay, let's try the other halls and see if we can't find the myrtle. So maybe it is every 2.5, 3 hours. So I think at 7 o'clock I popped in. Oh, 6:45, 7. And it was the same ships that I always saw. I'm sure the reclaimer is probably about $600-700 on the pledge store if it's available. Because I know in game it is crazy expensive. Is it the Hammerhead? Okay. Well, hopefully the myrtle will be in 1 or 2. Halls 1 or 2. Coffee to go. You know what? Why not? Hello. Welcome yourself. I don't want a cranberry bar. Give me a coffee. So yeah, this is the guy that I had melted to upgrade to my mule. That's what it was called. To upgrade to the Cuddy Red. I bought it mainly just to kind of fill up my hangar. Never used it for anything at all. Straight. Fastest path is straight line, right? It's still insane how big that the reclaimer is. I can't imagine salvaging with that panel wise and stuff. That would just be insane. Well, if we're in mining, I'm pretty sure the myrtle's not going to be in here, but we will look anyways. Vanguard. Does kind of have like a helicopter aesthetic from side view. I'm just gonna rent every one of these because we can and they're free. Well, I like the compactness of this guy. Okay, I am hoping that the other hangars or showroom areas will have the Myrtle. Otherwise, if not, it's probably just a time thing. I'll probably have to log in tomorrow when I have a break from work to see if I can find it and rent it. Okay, Hall 4. What ship is this? I have never seen this ship before in my life. What is this? Retaliator bomber? That is a very cool looking ship. I don't know how much I like the pod sitting that close to the ground. This looks like a nice sharp stealth fighter. Let's go see if we can't get on that reclaimer to check it out. Yeah, because I want to say it'd be before I jump on, it's been the C1s that have been out here. I want to say we already tried. We tried Hull 3 already? I think we did, but let's check one last time. Make sure I didn't miss something. Gladius. Yeah, we're already here. Okay. Let's see if we can't get into that reclaimer. Oh, it doesn't look like I can actually get up into it. Or wait, I think I just saw an F pop up for a second. Nope. Nope, I don't want to rent you. I don't see... Yeah, because typically there's a little circle area you stand in. They usually have ships on sale war bond for that company when they're on display. Okay. Retaliator, I think, is one that has changeable internal compartments. You can bind. Okay. PTU is not running too bad frame rate wise. We got the elevator door right away. That's a good thing. It's X. We want to go to the commons, to the spaceport. And we just made it. Good deal. Next up, the commons. I don't remember if this goes, let's see if it pops up. Departing in 13 seconds. Does that go to the spaceport now? It does. That outfit is very Mandalorian-esque. We'll just take a seat. Give her old bones a break. Yeah, you mentioned caves for mining. I think the only cave I've actually explored was an acidic cave, and I do have a non-commentary walkthrough of an acid cave up on my YouTube. It's like, I think it's like 14 minutes. And it was cool. I mean, there's nothing inside of them. But the one that I went to, you definitely couldn't fit any kind of a vehicle down in it. So I'm assuming the regular caves that are non-acidic are a little bit bigger. Okay, terminal. Let's try this again. There we go. I still have to go through. So there's a website I'm sure a lot of people know about where you can go through and configure out your ships and get gives you kind of the live stats for them and stuff. So the Vulture I have upgraded with like the Atlas drive and all that good stuff. But the next ship I want to do is my Cuddy Black. So I need to jump into that and figure out what I need, what I can upgrade. I was just curious if the... Oh.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
420. That's funny. think I saw the Polaris on here, even though I hadn't rented it. There's a Polaris Starlancer. And those just appeared in my inventory of ships. So I was just curious if the... Oh. No anvil. Last time I went cave mining was before they updated and improved the caves. You had to take the cutter over and see if they changed. Gotcha. So, like, the acid caves weren't marked. I ended up watching a YouTube video to find it. Are the actual caves themselves, are those marked on Planet? Or is that something where you have to do a little bit of research to find them? Well, gents, this is going to be my first adventure into the Reclaimer. I've never been on this before. Holy crap. There's quite a few levels. Let's do the salvage hold first. I'm going to turn on the game audio because that is really loud. Holy space Batman. Holy crap. That is... Wow. Okay, let's go up to the next one, which I will assume is going to be processing. Okay, little map HUD of the ship popped up in the upper left. So we have two. We have another deck on top. So I like the detail. They could have just metal pipes running through, but they have their, I don't want to say they're wrapped in asbestos, but a little bit of a pipe wrap there to add a little detail. Okay, so next we'll do the habitation deck. Easiest way to find is investigate missions. Okay. Find a missing person that was last seen exploring a cave. Then you have a mission marker. Okay. Does that usually involve like PvE stuff for like the missing person? So bring like a gun with you. I could exit there. So you have your suit hangers, or lockers. I'm assuming it's the same on this side as well. Yep. Let's slow down the... So we got crew quarters here. It's a bathroom. Oh, wow. I think they'd have bidets. One of those missions took you to a large cave full of minables. So you take pictures for reference points. So you could help find it on your own. Gotcha. So for mining, can you do it with a handheld tool, or does it always have to be a vehicle or a ship? This must be captain's quarters. Yeah, it must be. A little meeting area. Kitchen. Mess hall. Gotta have ketchup. Very foggy inside the reclaimer. Tech deck. What the heck? Never any bad guys knew about finding the mission. Missing persons. They went deep into the cave as we're about getting stuck and lost. What the heck is this? I'm definitely gonna have to watch a... Oh, okay, drones. Let's see, I definitely have to watch a video on a tour. We got the engine. Let's go, I think go up, what? 1 or 2 more floors? Oh, I'm stuck. Turret. This is a mining attachment for your little handheld tractor beam tool. Okay, gotcha. I think there's one more level we could check out. Actually, we haven't even got to the cockpit yet. Go around the mess hall. I think these are what, airlocks? Oh, that's right, captain's crew quarters. Airlocks. Okay, let's go. So we'll do the balcony. Okay, that looks familiar. Did I miss the cockpit? Must have missed it. Must not have gone far enough because I can't go back. This should be the front of the ship. Obviously, see the cargo holder. You get the mess hall coming up here. This is just another... Oh, We went to the right last time, so maybe this makes a difference going to the left. Okay, we're at the tech deck before. Maybe I just didn't go far enough. Okay, we'll go down. See where that brings us. Okay. Does anybody know, is it always this foggy and misty inside the... Salvage operator, salvage operator. Pilot clause operator. The thing is a maze, yeah. I will not disagree with you there. So I like the HUDs. I'm just going to take this off just for the heck of it. Pretty responsive for back and forth. Not too much drifting. Okay. Set her back down nice and gentle. I like how everything compresses. Just that attention to detail, right? Turn the engines off. Oh, jump out. And we'll go down. What's happening here? Oh, I think I'm stuck. Oy. Let's try this guy. Yeah, this is quite a maze, isn't it? Pretty sure I'm just getting stuck there, so... Okay, so we can just go up. Yeah, it's definitely a cool ship, and I do agree. I like the detail they put into it. I do like the exposed wires. It would be kind of nice to see a little bit different colored wires other than monotone black and gray. But that's just me being anal and picky. I mean, the ship definitely has the dirty, you know, workhorse vibe to it. Yep, definitely a maze. So let's see, we can go to the right here. Docking. Okay, we got a docking port up there. Let's just find the big elevator and jump out of here. There we go. We did it. We made our way out. It's like a haunted ship ghost maze, or Halloween, what, cornfield maze? You know what? While we're here, let's pull up the Polaris. Seriously need like a golf cart, right? Just this is the first time actually being like an extra large hangar. Could definitely take one of the golf carts and use that for getting in and up to the ship and stuff. That's gonna be a cargo. There's gotta be a terminal off to the side, isn't there, for ships? There we go. This ought to do her. So we will grab the Polaris. And we'll say goodbye to the Reclaimer. That's insane how big that ship is. You always liked the Freelancer way back in 2016. When you upgraded to the Freelancer Max, you decided that it was the biggest you were going to go. Then they showed off the Starlancer, and I thought, well, damn, that's pretty nice. So I guess the Starlancer is the biggest I will get. Nice. I think the biggest I feel comfortable going with, at least for spending out of pocket cash, is the raft, or maybe the mole. But the mole I'll just buy in game. I think like the Reclaimer that's pretty awesome, but you're gonna need a pretty substantial crew to run that. I'm sure the Polaris is cool, but I don't really care about those. I'm more interested in like the base building, the ground vehicles, the drones that are coming, stuff like that. I don't mind putting money into those. So the Polaris. It's funny, but initial thoughts is it looks smaller than the Reclaimer, but I think the Reclaimer is just bigger and bulkier. Oh, maybe I think it's just perception until you get up close to it. Okay, so how do we get in here? I would assume it's somewhere around here. That's the docking collar elevator. That's what we're looking for. Called it. There we go. Take a few people to really work it, yeah. What options do I have? Bridge or cargo bay? You know what, let's check out the bridge first. So I'm assuming the bridge is going to be off here. Looks like we have escape pods. Navigation hollow. Oh, FPS is taking a little bit of a hit. So we probably got weapons. Maybe engineering there. So you can't sit in the seat, so maybe those are engineering. That'd be the captain. So are these weapons up here? Okay, it's co-pilot, captain, co-pilot. Okay. So I'm assuming the co-pilots are your weapons officers. And these back here are the engineering. What the heck are these? Huh. I am not sure what these... What are these? There's no weapons racks. It's probably something obvious. My brain just isn't registering it at the moment. So main left. It's off to our right here. Okay. Armory. Suit lockers. It says it's locked, but... Okay, can't get in there. Fuse panel. Turret, so I'm assuming that's a turret over there. These are all going to be turrets, probably. Nope. Habitation. Good God, now I'm already lost again. Assuming this will probably take me down in the cargo. Are you open for me? Is there a reason why you're not? Oh, looks like its door's bugged. I can keep on. I hear lights being turned on in the background. Okay, see if we can get access at a different route. It's over here. Yeah, I can hear the lights turning off and on. I think this is where I'd come out originally. See if we can't take this down a floor. Okay, let's go to the cargo bay. I would definitely take that and help that person, but Gonna be jumping off here shortly. Those are very large torpedoes. So I'm assuming you have to self-load these after you've fired them, so I wonder how that's going to work, because I'm sure you're going to have ground vehicles in here. I'm assuming you can probably just, torpedoes will stack over here. Okay, duh, torpedo bay. Oh, none of those work. I saw some videos where people were trying to load tanks in, but a few of them that had like the missiles on top that you couldn't stow, they actually couldn't get in to the ship, which I don't understand why it was designed like that. I think this should be a lot taller so you can actually get those vehicles in, especially if it's a capital ship. So it looks like we have a tractor beam up there. Open that one up. Let's continue going back here a little bit. We get the engine. I'm not gonna lie, the ship's pretty cool. It's a lot bigger than what I would want. But, I mean, if you have something like this, you definitely have, like, an org and a pretty decent group of people to crew it. Let's go to the hangars. So I'm assuming this is probably going to open up the... There we go. I think I saw that one of these is a med bay. And one is the brig. I think this should say hangar, which I think is fine. But I think outside of this door it should say brig, right? Because it's technically it's not a hangar you're going into. I think this is the medical was opposite. There should be some labeling up there that says medical. Yep. Is tier 3 or... Tier 2? I wonder why they're not tier 3 or tier 4. Being a capital ship. They all gotta be the same, right? Because I believe my Cuddy Red is tier 3. And the Myrtle video that I watched was a tier 2. Let's head to the cargo bay. Oh, by the way. Really? Oh, that's right on the back side of it. Definitely a cool ship. Little big for my needs. But if you have an org and a consistent large group of players, definitely something fun. And the long journey back. Yeah, the hangar size is just crazy. Switch to a second here. Put some wind down music on. And I think with that, I am going to sit here and log off for the night. Wednesdays are a little nicer. I do work from home on Thursdays, so I can afford to stay up a little bit later because my commute is so much shorter. But with that, I'm gonna call her a night. I do my shameless plugs. Twitch, I'm trying to hit 50 followers, and I'm 14 follows away from hitting that goal. So anybody that's watching on YouTube, if you want to head over to Twitch, and links in the description, hit that follow button. I greatly appreciate that. Kind of help the algorithm of my channel out. YouTube, you can like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell and follow. Or no, what is it? Like, notification. Sorry, it's late, so I'm getting a little tired here. But you get a cool email when I go live. It says, hey, he's live. I do have a Discord link. You guys are welcome to join. So obviously, Tiny Home Gaming, I do have a tiny house. I built a couple in the past. I have a section on there for if you have a tiny house, I'd love to see it. If you have just questions, or if you're planning out a build and stuff and have questions on your build, go ahead and throw it in there. I'm happy to help, share my experience and building experience and all that good stuff. And I do obviously have a section in there for Star Citizen. I wouldn't mind doing a little more group gameplay. Did maybe a few weeks ago, but schedule-wise and just kind of hooking up with other people just hasn't worked out lately. But I'd definitely be up for doing some refinery runs and stuff like that. So yeah. You guys consider an extra large hangar? Yes, it is. This hangar was huge. Definitely got my steps in getting off the Polaris and getting back to the terminal. So unfortunately, YouTube doesn't have allow me to send you guys to another streamer. So, but yeah, Sir Seagrave, thank you for stopping in and chatting this evening. Appreciate your time. Everybody that's watching, even though you're not chatting and stuff, thank you for watching. Hope you guys had fun. I usually try to run a nice chill stream. And pretty much open to any topic except for politics. I just don't do politics. Thanks, it was nice chatting with you as well. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good Thursday ahead. We're one more day closer to the weekend. My days for streaming are Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 8 o'clock Central Time in the U.S. till usually 10:30. But Wednesdays and Friday nights, I stream a little bit longer because I can. So, but yeah, appreciate all your guys' time and hope you guys have a fantastic night and a good Thursday ahead. Take care, stay safe, and have a good night.
Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah. Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on